Hey Scorpio, my name's Chanel and I'm going to be doing a reading for you. If you're new here, welcome in. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm going to be checking your forecast and see what the vibes are going to be looking like for you today or later on, what they look like for you later on in the evening. You know, this is a timeless channel, so whenever you see it, this is for you. You're just wondering what I'm rubbing on my hands. It is just salt water that I collected from the beach because I tend to try to. I feel like it just cleanses my hands, honestly, better. I'm just rubbing it in a little bit more because sometimes my cards will stick to me. All right. So let's see what's going on with you. Scorpio, I was trying to do your reading earlier, but I was like, you know what? Let me just freshen up more. Let me, you know, take care of my son and everything first and put some deep thought into you. You know, so I see you might be, well, I hear you might be like taking care of yourself more, doing more skincare routines. You might be waking up extra early to exercise. Maybe you're trying to put it in the forefront for yourself. More exercising, more just taking care of your physical vessel. You might be learning about getting more into finances, or like learning about stocks, trades, or bonds. Okay, so Spirit is saying right now this is about taking accountability. Accountability for what? Well, I don't know. Okay. I think it's about taking accountability for the things that you possibly allowed yourself to put up with and tolerate, you know, knowing that that's not who you really are. Scorpio, I think you're starting to take accountability for the situations and actions uh, that you played a part in. Maybe you were the villain in some people's stories, or maybe, you know, you were the hero in others. Maybe you were the jolted lover, or maybe you were the one that got away. Put yourself where it fits. But I see now this is a time about looking at it like you're focusing on leveling up. So with taking accountability, you're focusing on leveling up too, and how to transmute those negative thoughts, mindsets, emotions, things like that, and putting it towards your health. You know, better health is better wealth. Okay. Spirit is saying you're not who you once were, and the universe is calling you to rise up. You might have more of a purpose to be more influential. Um, you might be somebody that likes to do like public speaking. Um, you might be like an ambassador of a company, or you might be like working your way up the corporate ladder. Okay, I think that mindset before you had was holding you back. And now that you no longer adapt that mindset, you did the work and you grew out of it. Spirit is saying this is a time for level up within yourself. If you hear my birds, they do argue like old people, man. Spirit saying growth is rarely comfortable, especially when you're dealing with a separation of some sort from either a company, a person. You're creating room for yourself to do reflection on healing and getting the clarity that you actually need for yourself right now, Scorpio. What is meant for you will come back to you. Ultimately, that's what Spirit is saying for you, and this is why this is about taking care of yourself first and focusing on your level up. I think a lot of us right now, as far as the collective consciousness, we're all focusing on. It's like we got like what do you say? Rebooted. It's like somebody did a factory reset, and now everybody is focusing on getting better. leveling up. Spirit is saying that you are the master of your destiny. Before, whatever you used to fight for was a losing battle. I think that's why you had to take accountability for the parts that you took in when it came to the things that were no longer working out for you. You know, the things that you were pouring into and trying to focus on that sanity, and it was just the same. You know, you were hoping for a different outcome, but this person ultimately showed you who they were, or this job, or this place, or even if you were dealing with any sorts of kinds of toxic traits that you were trying to rid yourself from. I think it takes time to separate yourself from the things that no longer serve you. And if you had to go get help, it is about stepping into that master mindset, you know, being the master of your own destiny. You know, you're not at mercy of your fate, but you're conscious and you're the creator of your own destiny. So um why allow yourself to be in that negative state? Why not allow yourself to ascend? Okay, that's why you got it. And after leveling up, all right. Spirit is saying you're gaining a platform of followers. So you might be an influencer. Yeah, Scorpio, you might be an influencer. Um, People are going to be drawn to you by your messages. This is why I was saying, like, you need to step out of this lack mindset, and you need to step into the spotlight of putting out a message that you just feel like is calling your spirit. Your spirit is calling you to deliver. Following your discernment when you have that gut feeling that it's ran its course, it's time to move on. You know, do svidaniya. All right. Sometimes you just got to do what is best for you, right, man? Spirit's just saying use your gift wisely and uplift others. Encourage people to do the right things, you know? Okay, this is, you're going to be expecting um, what you have as far as expectations. Yeah, what you have as expectations, it's going to blow your mind. I think when you're moving in silence as well, when you're expecting for your manifestations to come in and you're tiptoeing and you're moving in silence, I feel like that is the best way to get around the avoidance of having to deal with others' criticism, um, others throwing their little shade or side eyeing you, throwing an evil eye at you. People might be saying, like, hey, you're acting different, you're moving different, you're vibing different, you know, or maybe you're just keeping your cards to your chest because you don't want people to see what you're working on because not everybody has the best intentions for you, right? This is about you learning the other side of yourself. This is about learning how to integrate both your shadow and your light side together, and seeing how that can honestly bring about that influence. Scorpio, it's about talking about the negative and the positive side of things, and not just being like it's all love and light. Not everything is all love and light, dude. It's really not, man. All right, you might be right now saving up. You might be saving up for new equipment. You might be saving up because you're reading. You might think you might deal with a rainy day or something like that, man. You might be saving up. You just might be good at saving money. You might be reading more into finances, how to invest your money, and everything like that, and how you can really profit off of that investment, right? You could be also just saving up to go on a trip. I do see there's a boat. I don't know if you like boats or anything like that, but it's definitely getting out of this lack mindset of I can't achieve or do anything Because let me tell you something, you can do anything you want to do. You are the master manifester of your reality. We are all just living in it. We are all just living in it. This is your universe, Scorpio. What are you going to do with it? I wouldn't say self medication or medicating or doing impulsive things would be necessarily the way for you to go, and I don't think spirit would want that for you either. I feel like these are all the things that you had to go through in order to get to where you are as far as in your level up process now, Scorpio. Okay, yes, spirit is just saying keep your business to yourself, and just be careful with the ones you do decide to open up to about your excitement. I would just say journal it down. If you're really excited about something that you're hoping to see to come to fruition for yourself, Scorpio. Nobody has that chance of throwing any weird energy or anything like that for you to, you know, eventually, I guess, put the halt on or something like that, go stalemate on your project. Man, okay, yeah, this is about the shared healing of the collective consciousness, and coming together. This is about healing generational patterns. The generational trauma. These are about healing the patterns of everything your family had to go through. It doesn't mean necessarily that you guys have to keep repeating, that trauma. It makes me think about when you talk about shared collective healing and things like that, how you see some of these celebrities and things like that, how they have generational chains and trauma that they're connected to, and they still continue to do that. I feel like we need to outsource and look for resources that are really gonna be available to us. you know when it comes to healing, I feel like if you're thinking about therapy, I think you should just go ahead and do it, man. Okay. I think you need to start fantasizing your life, man. I feel like you need to start fantasizing your life more. I think you need to start putting your core values to the forefront, and not being non-negotiable about your terms, your boundaries, and your things like that. If you expect a certain lifestyle, Scorpio, don't settle for anything less, man. Let's see. Ba-na-na-na-na, ba-na-na-na-na. Whoa. Don't mind if I do here. Spirit is saying this is definitely about getting clear to clear, illuminating the path of openness and having the insight to readying yourself, for a new foundation, for new understanding of new content. You need to definitely watch some new content as well, something that's going to be more beneficial for your mental well-being, not things necessarily that's going to be triggering on the mind. Okay, spirit is saying this is also about your roots of stability and grounding yourself, and what nurtures your soul and what nurtures your well-being. Okay, spirit is saying this is a stable base of which love and a career can bloom. Okay, so whatever you're passionate really about, man, especially if you're stepping out into new endeavors, and especially if you're going to be performing your spiritual gifts, make sure it's something that you love to do. Um, and you would like, if you're doing it for free, you know what I mean? Just show other people your gifts. Maybe you can help them. I don't know, dude. But when it comes to your core, spirit is saying like you are stable inside of your core, that you cannot be shaken and uprooted. Okay, spirit is saying that you are connected to the divine. Okay, spirit weaved your connections thoughtfully, creating a supportive web, uplifting for your uplifting wants and needs. As far as even in your professional journey, you might even be the person that gets along with a lot of coworkers. This is about commitment and a stability baseline for yourself. And just creating that self reassurance that you can trust yourself and you can trust your community as well. Okay, Spirit is saying this is going to be a slow climb, but one step at a time and a little bit of effort, things can definitely play out well for you. Okay, this is about getting a standpoint of higher wisdom and exploring your options and learning what you can expand on. Okay, I'm just going to pick you on an angel number and then I'm going to end your reading here. Okay, Scorpio? Yeah, I like that for you. Oh, okay, well, two of them. You got 1122, pretty much just two, two, two. Great shift, transformation, spiritual awakening, manifestation, unity, alignment, fulfillment, and expansion. First, acknowledge the positive change unfolding as the result of your hard work. Then open your mind to new possibilities and allowing yourself to explore new avenues. Many positive shifts are on the horizon. The world around you is aligning your intentions and supporting your growth and dreams. Then you got 0808, swift action, wealth, empathy, commitment, affection, inner strength, promise, positive outcomes. You're entering a phase of expansion, so take immediate action towards your ultimate goals. Financial improvement is on the horizon. And by the way, someone has their eye on you. Stay focused because the universe is aligning in your favor. Okay, Scorpio, so stay focused, friend. And if you're getting into stocks and bonds or anything like that, or you're just getting a financial advisor, or you could be one man, keep up with your coin, okay? Keep up with your coin. All right, Scorpio. Bye bye. Bam. Dude, it's this remote. I swear I'm going to fix it.